Hey guys, so I asked you guys on Instagram yesterday what you would like to see for me to post this week, and most of you said a K-pop album shelf tour, so that is what I'm filming today. I actually already filmed this one time, but I was an idiot and I filmed it vertically on my phone, so yeah. I'm redoing it, and hopefully this version will be better than the last time. So yeah, just as a quick sort of reason why I have all my albums displayed sideways, it's because I don't really have that much room in my room to put all of my albums. Just as kind of like a quick pan, my room is pretty small, so there's really nowhere else for me to put all these albums. So because I have so many, they're displayed like this. But hopefully whenever I move out in a few months, I will be able to more creatively display them. But this is just what I'm doing for right now with the space that I have. Yeah, so let's get into it. So also I have all of my albums displayed alphabetically by group and then chronologically within those groups in order of comeback. So we're gonna start up here. So the first one I have is Astro. So the first album that I have of theirs is Autumn Story. It's the orange version. And then I have Winter Dream, the special album, this white one. Then I have Dream Part 1. I believe this is called the day version, but I'm not 1,000,000% sure on that. And then I unfortunately don't have Dream Part 2. Hopefully I'll buy it in the future whenever I start prioritizing buying albums again, but really most of the reason why I buy albums now is just because I'm trying to further my photo card collection, and I think I have all of Jin Jin's cards from that album, so I just haven't gotten around to buying it yet. But then I have Rise Up, and then All Light, the green version, and then we have Blue Flame. This is the blue version. I don't remember, it has no actual name, but I don't remember what it is. And then I have their Starlight Concert. I don't really know why it's displayed in the middle of these comebacks like this. I feel like, I can't remember if it came out between these two comebacks or between these two. But either way, it's right here. So yeah. And then I have One and Only and Gateway, both versions. And then moving into Bobby, I have Bobby from iKON's solo album. I also don't know which version this is, but it's one of the two. And then we have Bowl 4. So I believe this one's called Page 1 and Page 2. It's 1 and 2 of something. But yeah. And then I have Youth Diary Part 1, 2-5, and then Youth Diary Part 2. And then this is their Japanese album. I think it was a single album. And then I have the Boyz. So looking at the side of the albums, they're all pretty uniform, except for some of them are taller than the others, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. But yeah, it's kind of hard to tell for these ones what album is what, but I'm pretty sure I have them obviously organized chronologically, so this one should be the first. I think that's what they call their first album, the first. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And then we have this one, which was Giddy Up era, but I don't remember what that album was called because it just says Giddy Up on the front, which is super helpful. But yeah, I'll look it up and put it here. And then we have the Sphere. I have both versions of the Sphere, and this one is the one that had no air on it. I'm pretty sure it's called The Only, but I feel like they also put the version name on the top. Yeah, it's just called In the Air. But I'm pretty sure the album is called The Only. Okay, and then I have Boom Boom. I have the blue version, and then I have two versions of Dreamlike. So this comeback was when Hwall was there but not there, and Hwall was my bias. So he was only in 2 of the album versions, so I bought the 2 that had him in it because, yeah. Also to explain, starting from here on, why I only have mostly one version of each of the album is because I used to live with a roommate and we used to split our collection, and so she would buy one version and buy the other, and then we'd have like a full collection. Obviously whenever we moved out, like, you know, don't live with each other anymore, our collections are not complete anymore, so yeah. That's why I only have like a few versions of some of these, but I had moved back home when I ended up buying Reveal, so I have all 3 versions of that one. And then we move into BTS. So I have Wings, I have the G version, which I'm assuming is the one that has Jungkook in it, which is why I would have bought it. Yeah, and then I have Love Yourself, this is Her, Tear, Answer, and Persona. And I believe, like, I just have random versions, like 2 out of 4. I didn't buy Map of the Soul because I don't collect for BTS, and also I hated the album packaging, so yeah, I just have up to Persona. And then I have 2 Day 6 albums. I have Shoot Me and Remember Us. And then moving into Dreamcatcher, I have, this one is Alone in the City, it's the Shade version, which I did an unboxing of on my channel. And then I have Rate of Dream, I believe this is the one that is not the special edition, it's just the normal one. And then I have all versions of Dystopia, so I have E, V, I, and L. And yes, it does kind of bother me that they're not on the same shelf together, but, you know, whatever, it just fits that way and it's fine. And then I have I have 2 EXO albums. This one is The War. It's the private version. So I bought this album without photo cards because when I first got into K-pop, I was like, whatever. I didn't collect photo cards. I just bought albums. So yeah, I have the private version of that one, which is out of print, I believe. But yeah, I bought it with no photo cards. And then this is Don't Mess Up My Tempo. Yeah, I don't collect for EXO, which is why I only have 2 albums. And then we have i-dle. They're my alt girl group. So I have all of their albums. I have I Am, I Made, and then both versions of I Trust. And then I have 2 Haze albums. I believe this one's called like Wind Wish, one of those. It says Baram on the side, which means wind. So yeah, it's something along those lines. And then I have the She's Fine album. So this one is huge, as you can tell. I believe it has like 2 photo books in it, and they're both giant. So yeah, I bought these 2 albums on a whim because I love her music, and they're just really pretty albums. So yeah. And then I have Jinsol from Luna, her solo album. I don't actually have any other Luna albums, but I bought this one right when they were going out of print. This is the first print version. Yeah, whenever I heard they were going out of print, I ran to my K-pop store, my local K-pop store, and they had like most of the solo albums still, so I snatched that one before it sold out. But yeah, now they're in print again. So yeah, but I mean, it is a first print one, so I think that makes it somewhat special, I don't know. And then I have 2 Mamamoo albums. I do not remember quite exactly what these are called. I will look that up and put them in here. But yeah, I bought these 2 just because I love their music, and also their album packaging is very uniform across all their albums, which I like. So yeah, they just look kind of nice together. And then I have Bobby's version of The Mob. Way back when YG did a subunit with iKON's Bobby and Minho from Winter. So this is the Bobby version of that album. And then I have my Wanted X collection. So this is the Beautiful album. I don't remember which version this is, because there were 3. And yeah, I know the version names, but I don't remember which one this is, but I'll put it in the video. Okay, and then I have the Code, both versions. These ones are a little bit warped because I bought them from eBay without photo cards, because I bought these before I was collecting Jooheon, and I wanted the Jooheon photo books and CDs for both versions, so I have that. So yeah, that's why those are a little bit like, I don't know, the spines are kind of weird, but it's fine. And then I have 2 versions of the Connect. I have 3 and 4. And I have 2 versions of Take One, Are You There? I have 2 and 4. And then I have version 3 of Follow and version 3 of All About Love. And then on the side over here I have Luna's Season's Greeting Calendar. This month just so happens to be my bias month, or my biases like month. So this actually wasn't originally mine. My friend moved to Korea this year and didn't want to take like her whole season's greetings with her, so she just gifted it to me. So yeah, that's why I have this here. And then I have a candle, which kind of makes this look like a shrine to Jinsel, but it is not. I promise. Okay, and then moving to the next shelf. This is Pentagon's first album. It's kind of dark in this corner, and this album is black, so it's kind of hard to see, but this is their first album. And then this is the one that had Critical Beauty on it because that's like my favorite Pentagon song, so I bought that one. And then I have Demo 2, which had Violet on it. So I don't collect Pentagon, but I kind of just bought like the albums that had my favorite songs on it up until Demo 2. So yeah. And then I have 2 Red Velvet albums. This one is Day 2 and this one is Finale. And I have 2 The Rose albums. Since I collect Sammy, you'd think I'd have all of them, but yeah, my friend bought Dawn, so that like completed our collection, and now I don't have that, so hopefully I can like rebuy it, but I don't know if they're in print anymore since, you know, the whole thing with The Rose went down with their label, so I'll have to look into that. But anyways, this is Void, and I actually pulled Sammy's photo card from this one, so that was super exciting. And then I have Red. And then moving into my 17 collection, I don't have their first album because also my friend bought that one, so I didn't. But I have Boyz I believe this is a Hyde version. And then I have Love and Letter, and this is the Letter version. And then I have 2 versions of Going 17, Make a Wish and Make the 17, and 1 version of, everyone calls it AL1, but I also heard that it was called Alone, which kind of makes sense because 1 would be spelled O-N-E, so it'd be Alone. And one of the album versions is called Alone. Much to think about. Anyways, this is the All version. And then I have 2 versions of Teenage. So this is the white version. This one is special to me because I think it's the first album in my current collection that I bought. I know the first album that I bought ever was Lay's Sheep album, but I don't have that one anymore. So yeah, I just really loved this album version a lot. And then I also have the green version. We're just gonna move this to the side. I have Director's Cut. I don't remember which version I have, Plot or Sunset, because it's kind of hard to tell from just looking at it and I don't remember. And then I have the Set the Sun version of You Make My Day, and Dawn and Before Dawn of You Made My Dawn. And I realized that these are out of order on my shelf, so I'm gonna have to fix that later because that will annoy me. And then I have, so I bought this Jungkook figure at my local Target, and it was like $10, so I was like, why not buy it since he's my bias and it's kind of cute. So yeah, I have that here. And then I have this sort of like duck cupcake thing, which if you watched one of my unboxings on my channel, I got from Yes Asia because I bought 2 or more Japanese albums, so they give you like a free random toy if you buy 2 or more Japanese albums. So yeah, that's what I got. And then we have my Monster X light stick, which is the only light stick that I own at the moment. And then I have the Juhan cover version of All About Love. So yeah, I had to display these because Juhan's one of my olds, and then also I have a Monster X light stick, so it just kind of look nice together. So yeah. And then moving to my last shelf that has albums on it, I have 17's and Ode, which if you watched my Hingare unboxing, you would know that I hate the Ode packaging for this reason, because I have to display mine like this on its side and it does not look cute this way. Same with the Hingare albums, like, yeah, this is not a cute section of my shelves, unfortunately. And then I have a few of 17's Japanese albums. So I have We Make You, this one is version A, and then I have Happy Ending, I have, I believe, B and C, yep, and then I have A of Fallen Flower, and then next to that right here I have their photo book from their most recent fan club box. I just figured I'd put it on my shelf since I have it. And then I have soloists solo album, Spit It Out. It's kind of giant, so it sticks out further than everything on my shelves, which is like a little bit annoying, but whatever. It's a really nice photo book and a really nice album, so yeah. And then moving into Stray Kids, I have Mixtape, and I don't remember which versions I have of each of these, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I have one version of I Am Not, a version of I Am Who, one version of I Am You, and then from this point forward, me and my friend bought like one limited version each and then a regular version each, so I have one limited and one regular for Miro, Yellowwood, and Levanter. I don't remember which is which, but yeah, one of them's limited, one of them's regular. And then here I have all of the versions of their most recent album, Go Live. So this is version A, B, C, and then limited. And then here I have a Super M album. So this one is the Taemin cover. And I originally wanted like the 10 version because he's my Super M bias, but I could never find it in my Target. They only ever had like Kai and Mark. So whenever I found Taemin, I was like, we'll just go for it. And then I ended up pulling a 10 photo card, so it worked out really well. But yeah, I have that. And then speaking of Taemin, I have some of his albums. So I have Press It and Move, Want, and then I also have his solo concert, which is a Kino video. And that's sort of unfortunate because I hate Kinos. It took me and my friend like 2 hours to figure out just how to play it. She ended up having to buy an Apple TV to even make the thing work. So since I like don't think I'd be able to figure it out on my own to be able to watch it again. But yeah, I just hate Kinos. They're so hard to operate. Like, just put a DVD in there. It's so much more straightforward. But yeah, I own that, and it is a good concert. And then I have a couple of Twice albums. So I have this Summer Nights album and this More and More album, and hopefully I'm kind of thinking about collecting Twice in the future since they're like probably my number 2 girl group. But yeah, I only have 2 of their albums for now. And then I have a VIX Chained Up album, and then Woosung from The Rose, his solo album. And then the rest of the shelves here are just like actual books. So I have some more room to put more albums if I buy them, but then that means I have to move books off the shelf, so it's just kind of like a give or take situation. So yeah, I'm kind of having to stuff all my books in drawers as I buy more albums because I'm running out of room. But yeah, that is my K-pop album collection, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I didn't go too fast or anything. I just don't want to spend like forever on each album. So yeah, that is what I own, and thank you guys for watching this video, and I will be back next week with another video. Bye! I also would like to take this opportunity to thank Luna for sleeping instead of bothering me the entire time I was filming. For once. Thank you, Luna.